Well, I am out there making another great day. The sun is shining. I'm in St. Petersburg at the Tampa Automobile Museum. I don't know why it's called the Tampa Automobile Museum, and it's located in St. Petersburg, but it is. But anyways, they have over 65 different automobiles in here. A man's private collection. He's from France. He moved over here, opened this in 2005, and we're gonna go inside and check out some unique automobiles, some prototypes I hear, and unique ones, one of a kind. So let's cruise on in and check this out. That's coming at you right now. And as soon as you walk into the Tampa Automobile Museum, there's a very old vehicle here, and it says 1899. I'm just wondering if this thing is not gas powered. It maybe has pedals. Oh no, there's an engine up here on the front. Well, I am inside the Tampa Automobile Museum, Vintage Automobile Museum. It's been here, opened its doors in 2005. It is a private collection of over 65 automobiles, and they do tell me that these cars are driven. They don't just sit here, they will take them out and drive them. Each one is licensed in the state of Florida. This car here was made in France, and the gentleman who has this collection moved his collection from France to here. He had a big extensive collection, but he has a business next door, and these are some pretty cool automobiles in here, and they're very well kept. This automobile here is a 1933 Derby L8 is what it says, and this is a sharp machine right here. You can go cruising in that. That is awesome. Look at that. It has won some awards as well, and as you notice, the steering wheel is on the right side, and back against some of the walls they have some mannequins kind of decked out, maybe the gangster's chick or something maybe. I have found one here from Great Britain. It is a BSA three-wheeler, and they produced these from 1930 to 1935, it says from the signage here. It's even got the old license tag from back when it was in that country, and this is a pretty old model here of this interesting machine. Look at that. Looks like a boat. Almost looks like a boat, doesn't it? Now here is another nice one right here. This was made in the United States. It's a Cord L29 Brom. I've never heard of that one, but they only made 4,400 of these. This one is in very mint condition here. Very nice. The back door flings out the opposite direction of the front door. They used to do that back then. This one here is a 1935 Tatra, and this was made in Czechoslovakia, and it looks like it's seen some better days. Looks like it's got some wood on the side. Maybe the termites has got to this one, I'm not sure, but it's pretty interesting automobile. Probably the only one back here that's not as in tip-top sharp shape, and the engine is in the back, I believe, here. Now here is the same car, the Tatra from Czechoslovakia, and this one is in more of a tip-top shape. And as you notice on the front of this vehicle, it's got not only two headlights, it's got three headlights. I guess you can see better that way. But it is a pretty cool looking car, and as you can see, it's got a sunroof there up on it, and it almost looks like a shark's fin back here on the back of this thing. And yes, the engine is in the back. Here is yet another Czechoslovakian one, the Tatra. I like the color of this one. This one's really sharp. And once again, it does have that rear engine in this one. And let's look inside of the upholstery in here. It looks pretty darn good too. Look at that old steering wheel there and the old gauges. That is classic stuff right here. Here is another vehicle made in 1934, this time in Germany, and engine is in the front of this bad boy, and kind Kind of sharp looking there, isn't it? Now this is a very interesting vehicle that I did not know that existed. It's a 1928 Ford Model A, and according to this here on this signage, that this car was powered by hardwood lump coal that burned in a sealed combustion chamber at the rear of the car. And as you can see, they got the charcoal bags up on top. You can carry your fuel right there with you, and if you run out of fuel, you just stop and throw a few more into the fire, I guess, and keep it burning, keep it going. And here's the combustion chamber back here on the back. Charcoal burning automobile. Did not take gas. They were trying to come up with fuel, different fuel alternatives during the war. Had no idea about that one. That one's pretty darn cool. From all the way back there, these cars from Czechoslovakia, the Tatra, go all the way down the line here, and they're all very cool, and they all have that rear engine in them. And this here little jobby looks pretty neat. It's like something you might see the old mailman driving way back in the day. This is from Germany in 1928. Well, they even have the DeLorean here from Back to the Future, and it's not the decked out one. This is just a regular DeLorean, but pretty cool that they have the DeLorean here in this museum. I have came across a police car they have in here from Great Britain, and look at that police light on top. It's just a little bulb, and it's got a little reflector on it, and it probably twirls around and makes it flash. As you can see right here from the door, there's no mirrors, but if you go up here onto the hood, the mirrors are on each end of the hood of this car. How interesting is that? Then you got some classic Mercedes here from Germany as well. Here's a nice brown tan one. It's got some blue ribbons on it, and over here is a blue one, and that does look like that is a convertible Mercedes, and Mercedes has come a long way since then, huh? I have stumbled upon a car. It's a prototype, and they only made one, and I guess this is it. It's a Jensen 541 prototype, and this looks like a sharp little car here, and it's rather long. It's a rather long vehicle. At first I thought it was maybe a Corvette, but it's a sharp little vehicle. I don't know why they didn't keep making that. That's pretty neat. Here is another car from Great Britain. It says this is an Alvis, and it was produced in 1928. And to me, when I seen it, it looked to me almost like the body style of the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car that Dick Van Dyke was in. It's pretty darn close, except I think he put like the wood boat type thing up and around it and modeled it. It was probably one of these vehicles. It just about looks like the old Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car. I doubt this one flies, but yes, it sure does. This car here was manufactured in France. It's called, I think I'm pronouncing this right, Citroën. I'm not sure. I maybe need Hooked on Phonics still. And it's an interesting engine. And this one has got a little giraffe going on. He's taking a ride in this thing out into, I don't know where. This one here is a 1925 Juran Aerodyne, and I guess maybe it's an aerodynamics type vehicle where maybe you might get some really good fuel mileage. But that is an interesting, that would be an interesting theme park vehicle. Hey Disney, maybe you might want to do a theme park visitor vehicle like this. Lots of cars from France in here, and of course the gentleman that has this collection is from France, and go figure. And here's a race car from France. This is pretty neat. There's a nice little wall decoration there going on with a racing car there, and looks like the old mechanic here is getting this one ready to run. Here is another little racing car. That's when they made racing cars. Almost looks like you might fall out of that. This here is an interesting vehicle indeed. It looks like a Stay Puft Marshmallow. That's pretty cool. I wonder what kind of vehicle this is. It is a, oh, I can't pronounce it once again. It's a Clave front wheel drive, France, 1956. They even have some artifacts and things in here of models and things to look at besides the cars. Here's one, looks like somebody has come up with a car that maybe flies. That's interesting. And down here, I'm not sure what this is. That could be possibly an interesting theme park vehicle as well. Maybe one of the parking trams, you never know. Well, this one here is looking pretty sharp, and I'm not sure if this is where you put the French fries or not into the fryer. It's got its own fryer, I guess. I doubt that's what that's for, but it's got a lot of ribbons inside the vehicle for this one. This one here requires 6 batteries. That's pretty neat. I'm not sure if it's just a totally battery operated or what, but 6 batteries in this sucker. And they have yet another room back here, and some very interesting vehicles. Here's one, looks like a tank's wheels, the old that you would see on a tank, but it's on like a truck. It's pretty darn interesting. Maybe it used to be a snowplow. Here is another interesting vehicle. It looks like something somebody made in their backyard. It looks like a big gigantic makeshift go-kart. That's pretty interesting. And this right here, I think it might be a moonshine still is what I thought, but I think it's to make bourbon. And it's a big long machine here back here. It's got big wheels on it, as you can see. And there's a barrel back here that says bourbon. And that's pretty interesting. And I guess they even got a fire pump back here in case there's a nasty fire and it explodes or something. And as soon as I walked in this room and I seen this, I thought maybe it was a part of the set from the TV show MASH. But that's pretty interesting jobber there too. They have a little bar back here and some tables that you can have a little private get-together, I think. They have several one-of-a-kind prototype cars in here that was only made one, and they have it. And here is yet another one. This is a 1942 Mathis Vl 333. It's a prototype, never did go into production, but looks like it's got one wheel on the back, and I guess they was thinking future here, but for 1942, that was way out there. Well, that was fun. The automobile. Everybody loves the automobile. And that was a very nice collection, a pretty large collection. It was very reasonably priced too, only $8. And if you get come in as a senior, you have the vintage discount, is what they call it. I'm not sure what the vintage discount, how much of a discount that was, but I didn't qualify. But anyways, I love going to places like this, museums, local stuff, local businesses. If you're a local business out there and you want us to come do a video, get a hold of us. You can get us on Facebook or leave us a comment here, send us a message. And we appreciate all of the subscribers out there hitting that subscribe button. Keep hitting the subscribe button, and we do appreciate it. And I do have fun going out on these outings. I meet so many interesting new people and learn some interesting stuff in the process, which is very, very fun. And I'm tired from just walking a little bit. But anyways, we're going to continue to go out there and make it a great day. We're going to continue to find new places to go see, and you're going to come along with me, and I appreciate that. Remember, go out there and make it a great day because you deserve it.